What are some ways of preventing a meltdown?
To prevent it, I would say reduce as many of the sensory overloading issues. For instance, there are vacuum cleaners and lawnmowers that I would run away from when I was a kid. I would have, I'd be jumping on the trampoline, and it was like when Dad started up the lawnmower, it's like the alarms went off, and I ran back inside. And then, you know, if the vacuum cleaner was going and taking the rounds,
you'd run back out again.
I'd run out again. Problem is, sometimes it'd be both of those things, so I'd have nowhere to go.
Yeah. I think for me, practically, one of the things, Rory, that's really good to do is to think ahead through your day, plan ahead, and work out the situations that you know are more likely to cause you stress. And, you know, that might be going from home to school. Sometimes kind of transitioning or transport is tricky. It might be places like recess. Recess is one of the most challenging situations sometimes for young people on the spectrum.
I know, right?
Yes.
Have you seen like a primary school during lunchtime?
So it's knowing ahead what's going to be stressful, and then planning how are you going to cope with that. What can you do to avoid it, or to manage it, or to adapt with it? And I think probably Thomas does that every day. When you're at home, you're thinking, right, what's happening today? How am I going to manage it? So maybe public transport.
Public transport's a really interesting one.
How do you manage that?
When it comes down to it, when you are on public transport and something happens, it's not your fault, and there's nothing you can really do except for sit there and just wait.
I hope, Roy, that makes sense. That you try and anticipate what's going to be stressful and then make a plan of how to cope with that. So if that's recess, it may be that you talk to your mum and dad or the teachers and say, could I do something different here? Maybe I could meet a friend in the library and we could read a book together, or maybe I could have a quiet corner where I could do something, or maybe I could have a buddy where, you know, plan ahead. I think that will help a lot. I think the other thing, overall, more than anything, is just to have a kick-ass, good quality, happy life.
That's right.
The happier you are, the more likely you can cope with the stresses and strains of life. So for me, the overriding thing that I want for anybody that I meet and work with is their happiness and their quality of life.